Hello, YouTube. This is the Galley La Podcast, and today we are going to be doing our One Piece Top 30 stream. This is Akainu Fanboy, and I'm here with Geboss and our new guest, Jimemperor. And so my honorable mentions are going to be, can't really think of a particular order, but I guess Queen, Kobe Killer. So they didn't make my top 30. And so for my 30 is King, my 29 is Sanji, and my 28 is Zoro. So, obviously, King's below Zoro for obvious reasons. And then Sanji, I think he can make up with the deficiencies that Zoro had in that fight, especially after his new power-ups in terms of the speed, aerial flight, and he has higher intelligence than Zoro, so he can figure out basically a lot of King's issues. Now, my only issue is King, he didn't have Conquerors. Didn't really even show that great of hockey, both observation or armament hockey. Kind of lost a lot of respect for Zone Devil Fruits as the series gone on, really. So that's why I kind of put Zoro and Sanji over King.
I mean, Zoans are kind of at a disadvantage because they don't have as much of a flashy power set as Logias or Paramecias.
It's just like raw strength.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm you.
And Zoro. Oh, sorry. Go.
Oh, I was gonna say you are such a Kobe fanboy that I am surprised he did not make your top 30.
Well, like I said, I kept on thinking of new characters, but another point I wanted to put in though, you guys were talking about raw strength with zones. It's like Zoro and Sanji are at that point where they just have so high level durability. It's like they have a zone fruit's durability without even having a double fruit at this point. You know, what both of their power ups are getting.
I guess.
So,
I see what you mean.
so that's where I'm like, okay, the zones are just like I have Kaido's right hand man at the bottom. Even though like I really respect Kaido and I think highly of his power, just the rest of his crew is not cutting it for me anymore.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, but Zoro, Sanji, 29, I don't know if I agree with that.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see as time goes on here. Okay, G-Boss, you go.
Yeah. So I have a couple honorable mentions. I have them in categories because of how many that I thought of. So these are the people who who have good devil fruits, but just kind of I don't think they would stack up. So that would be Caesar.
Okay.
Because he can completely like drain the air out of people. And the other one is Moria. Because he with if it was on a better character, I think he could be really overpowered, like taking someone's shadow in daylight and just letting them disintegrate.
Yeah, that's true.
And then he's not on it because of how he would react to hockey, and that would be Eneru.
Okay.
Because we saw him, like, his whole strength was that he couldn't be hit, but once he encountered Luffy who could hit him, he completely like fell apart.
Yeah.
So those are the people who have good fruits, but I don't think they would cut it now. And then
I feel.
And then another person who would make the top 30 if he wasn't in the state that he's in right now is Kuma.
Okay. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, if he was like in an actual like fighting position, because his fruit's so broken. And then the other ones that I didn't have were like Vista,
Okay.
Jack. Jack did not make it.
He shouldn't have.
I mean, once he got taken out by like the Sulong stuff, he was like down for the count.
Once he got taken out by Zanisha, he's done.
Yeah. The CP0 guy, he's not on mine.
Yeah.
CP...
Don't mention Smoothie, please.
No, Smoothie's not. Smoothie wasn't on my short list. I had like a list of like 50, 60 people, but she wasn't even.
Smoothie wouldn't be in my top 50. She wouldn't be in my top 50.
No. Jinbei. I didn't put Shiryu on there.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I did not put Shiryu on there.
Are you kidding me? That's I'm not even a Zoro fan, and that's disrespectful.
I think it's because we haven't seen him as much. If we were to see like him go all out, I think he would be probably within like the 20 range, maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
But I haven't seen enough from him.
Gotcha.
And also on my honorable mentions are Kobe, because his growth rate is almost as good as Luffy's. I think by the end of the series, he's going to be a powerhouse. But he's not beating Hancock. I will never say that.
I can't wait to get that W when that happens.
It's not happening.
Okay.
Thank you. Neko and Inu. With their Sulong, they would be on here, but they don't have it all the time. Like, I was talking with Akainu Fanboy about this. Especially with Sulong, like, this would be like any battlefield, and they're only specifically good when they're in their Sulong form. And then my boy Cracker.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because he's like really, his defensive ability is really good, and it only took like Luffy literally like eating his whole defense to take him out.
With the help of Nami too.
Yeah. But
cool. So what's your 30?
Oh, I also honorable mention Enma. Just the sword.
Enma, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Because Enma can draw.
I would have put Zoro.
No, because Enma can draw out a swordsman's maximum potential, and that's what we were seeing in the fight between Zoro and King. Yeah. That's like he was drawing out all the hockey. So, just Enma in of itself. All right. And then my 30 is Hancock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was thinking putting her higher, but and this is, I would not put her on here except for what she did in Stampede.
Okay.
But I think that she's powerful enough to get put on here. And then 29 is Queen. And my next one is going to be controversial because we have not seen him post time skip, and I think he powered up, and that would be Crocodile.
Oh no!
I think
I guess if you're going off Stampede, then that's fair.
Crocodile with hockey would be really strong, but we just haven't seen him post time skip yet. So I'm willing to knock him off my list. To I don't know who I put in his place, but that's I think with his potential he could be really good because he was really strong pre-time skip.
Yeah. But he's got to pour water on him though. That's over.
We don't talk about that.
He also stopped Mihawk too, and Mihawk was shaken.
And he was clashing with Doflamingo.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah.
So I didn't really think about honorable mentions, but for two that I'd say had a chance that didn't get on my list are Hancock and Sugar.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah, Sugar's kind of broken.
Sugar can Sugar could literally beat Kaido. Kaido would just let her walk up to him and then boom, GG. So yeah, I think she actually could have made it. That's not a joke.
Yeah.
No,
but I didn't even think of Sugar.
Also, just before I say this list, just to preface, anyone that I literally haven't seen anything from, but like Green Bull, I haven't seen anything from Green Bull. He's obviously on here, but I'm not comfortable putting him above or below anyone, so I just decided to not put him on there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that was my kind of logic too.
So for my 30 is Magellan.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
29, Inaru.
Okay.
Okay.
And 28, Doflamingo.
Damn.
Okay.
So I know Inaru might be a controversial pick here, but I was just thinking like his devil fruit is insane, and if it was anyone other than Luffy, they're getting absolutely smoked. He has insane observation hockey. He can like see the future. He can literally hear people like fucking 5 miles away. Like who has that good of observation hockey at this point? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, maybe Katakuri with future sight.
true,
But-
yeah.
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 I was just thinking, like, he's actually really strong. I think he could actually put up a fight against a lot of characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
think even a 5 Curry would be pretty. If he can keep his distance, I
Mhm.
think it would be a pretty good fight.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
his Devil Fruit kind of makes up for his lack of training. He kind of just moves at light speed, I'm assuming, because he's made of lightning. So,
Mhm.
and he has really strong attacks. So, like, and he has hockey. So, yeah, I think he deserves 29. And then Magellan, I mean, Magellan's really strong.
He is.
His Devil Fruit is another one that's just as insanely unfair. But yeah,
He took out like all of Blackbeard's crew in one attack.
yeah, literally, yes. He's just poison on you and you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Doflamingo, I mean, he has all types of hockey. His Devil Fruit's pretty strong. So I mean, yeah, I think he deserves to be on here.
Mhm.
I just thought of a good counter to Magellan would be Reiju. She could just eat all the poison.
That's true, but we don't know how much he can process.
That's true.
Yo,
Yeah.
what about Waffle?
No, Wapple might not be doing too well after that Big Mac meal, if you will.
Nah,
you
he's
know,
eating all of it. And he's shooting it back at him.
I don't think there's gonna be anything left in his stomach afterwards. That's gonna be the deep cleanse. But yeah. So no, okay. So my
Yeah, just add-
27.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, okay. My 27 is Yamato.
Yamato that low.
That hurt.
Yeah. Okay. 26 is Vasco Shot.
What?
Yeah. And 25 is Shiryu.
Literally who Vasco shot?
Yeah, good. I was gonna feel dumb because I'm like, who the hell is that? But I guess we're in the same boat.
Okay, so
No, he's one of Blackbeard's commanders, but we haven't seen him do anything.
okay, so how? Let me explain. So Yamato, I just think she's stronger than Zoro Sanji right now. Just simply, she went 1v1 with Kaido, and Luffy's the only one that's been doing that, and Luffy got KO'd in the process. 1v1 in Kaido. So you could say it doesn't look like he's holding back. So unless Oda does like a whole, recap and just kind of like say, okay, well, technically this is why she did better, some special circumstance against her father. Unless he doesn't do something like that, then I think she's stronger than Zoro and Sanji right now, because that's just a super rare feat that we've only seen the MC do, and he got knocked out once doing it. So
Yeah.
Vasco shot. So basically he got paired up with Lucky Roo and Marineford when they did the side-by-side thing between the Blackbeard crew and Shanks' crew.
Uh-huh.
And so this is like a lot of headcanon kind of thing. So I see Sanji as like the Lucky Roo, like they're like the parallels there too. So I think Sanji's gonna fight Vasco Shot later on.
Mhm.
So I kind of think, to kind of put that in perspective, that's why he's kind of, let's say, the third strongest, on Blackbeard's crew, and that's why he's ranked that high up, basically. And same with Shiryu. So I would actually have them ranked up more, but they haven't defeated Shanks' crew yet, basically. And I think after that happens, and they are going to be higher up, but I still kind of see them in a weaker place, kind of to maybe where you guys feel them to be too, because I feel like God might get another Devil Fruit potentially. And we haven't really seen how Shiryu is gonna like incorporate his new Devil Fruit either, so we haven't seen that much either. So I know some people put them a lot higher on their list, but I'm gonna keep them a little low right now. But yeah, Vasco Shot's mainly there because I think he's gonna be Sanji's opponent later on in the series.
Okay.
Yeah.
Out of any of the other Blackbeard people, not even
Yeah, just because
like Burgess or
just
anything.
no. Burgess will be for Chopper because he's a crappy fighter. So, but I
Wow.
think, um, well, I just think like the pair up, like I said, with Lucky Roo and Vasco Shot. No, and also Lucky Roo is called the fighter of Shanks' crew too. So
Mhm.
that kind of indirectly elevates Vasco Shot too,
Mhm.
if they're going to be fighting each other. So that's why I said, yeah, we haven't seen like anything, but he was also like one of the impel down prisoners. So I think all the impel down prisoners are stronger than Blackbeard's initial crew that he had too.
Mhm. Yeah.
So yeah, that's my list so far. Yeah.
Okay. I need to look at mine really quick. Okay. 27. I have Weevil,
Okay.
just because he's been
Okay.
taking out Whitebeard commanders, who are really strong. So,
Mhm.
Sure.
Weevil, and then need to make sure I have these in the right order. Okay, and then my 26 is Magellan. Because I also forgot to point out Magellan survived all the level 6 prisoners escaping when Blackbeard let him free.
That's
So,
true. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Magellan's insane.
yeah. And then I have King. And we kind of talked about King before.
Okay.
That's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy how much of a gap between where you have and I have at. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh, wait till we get to certain people.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Am I up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
27, I've got King.
Okay.
Okay.
26, I have Kuma.
Okay.
And 25, I have Sabo.
Wow, that low.
Sabo.
That's crazy.
Sabo
I don't
hater.
like Sabo. I don't fuck with Sabo.
Yeah, I can tell.
So
I don't like it
King,
that much either.
yeah, King's like really strong. Like to compete with Zoro at this point, you've got to be like really strong.
Mhm.
His Devil Fruit's definitely really solid, and whatever the Lunarian race is doing, they are pretty strong.
Mhm.
But Kuma, I guess I kind of rated old Kuma more than Kuma right now because he's kind of just like a walking husk at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, for old Kuma, like his Devil Fruit's just way too strong, and I mean he wiped out the entire Straw Hat crew with ease, 3 time skip. So I mean, yeah, I think people underrate how strong he is. His Devil Fruit's just way too good. One touch and you're literally gone. He could just shoot you in the ocean.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
for Sabo, I mean, listen, whatever he's doing with his hands, that dragon shit, no.
Mhm.
It's lame, and he's
You think he's a
and
tryhard?
I think he's an Ace ripoff, and Ace already sucked. So now
Oh
he's
my
now he's even worse. Okay.
I mean, this isn't a character discussion, but yeah, Ace and Sabo are kind of mid tier as
Yeah, they definitely
characters.
are.
They're more like
Ace,
an accessory to Luffy's character.
yeah, they're there for story purposes, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I
Don't make
just
me defend Sabo. I hate the
no.
revolutionaries. Don't make me defend Sabo. I hate
I'm
them. So
sorry.
no. I hate
No,
them. I agree with you. Just don't make me defend them because you're going so hard on them.
I don't know. I'll cool. But all I'm saying is, I don't believe Sabo's that strong, and I can't see him beating anybody that I put above him.
Okay. So you don't like his like live long and prosper palm techniques. He's basically doing like the Vulcan salute.
He really is.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I don't agree with Sabo as a character.
Okay, we'll see how, because I have him on my list, and I want to see how different Akainu Fanboy's position is. Too.
Yeah, I have like. I'm surprised how high I have him, considering how much I hate the Revolutionaries and all of them. So, my 24 is Katakuri.
Oof. Okay.
Hey, hey, dude. On those other top 30 streams of Brago's thing, man, Katakuri didn't make like some of those lists. Did not even make the top 30. So Katakuri there, I think that's. And then 23's Kid.
You think that Kid would beat Katakuri?
That's a little too high for a Kid.
Let me explain. And then 2022 is Law.
Okay.
So
Way too low.
So okay, so I think Kid and Law haven't had as much of a flashy performance as Luffy and Zoro. But I thought about this the other day. Law and Kid haven't been KO'd once this whole time by the Yonkos they've been fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And Kid also had the Hawkins thing happen to him too, where he was getting hurt by Hawkins, you know?
Yeah.
And he's still up. Luffy and Zoro got KO'd. And they... Okay, but Zoro more was a bullshit revive than Luffy. But, and then they got back into the fight. So I think the fact that they fought with Big Mom and Kaido at the same time, for an extended period of time, and now they're soloing Big Mom on top of it, and they've awakened their devil fruits, and they've had similar portrayal to Luffy. I think at this point they are like stronger than Katakuri, because like obviously Luffy wasn't at that point when he quote unquote beat Katakuri. I get that, but
yeah,
you know, like Long Kid, I'd say have way more on their table than like Whole Cake Island Luffy at this point.
Sure.
So that's just kind of how I see it right now. And then, so, and then Katakuri, obviously, I think he's pretty much stronger than everybody else below, too, at this point. I think he could defeat anybody on Blackbeard's crew, with the exception of Blackbeard.
He could beat Yamato?
Yeah, easily. I could easily see Katakuri, like, holding off Kaido 1v1 the same way Yamato is. Especially how versatile his fruit is. With I think Future Sight would give him so much leeway on the rooftop.
I mean, at the same time, Luffy's kind of at one point in the fight was using Future Sight, and he said even with Future Sight, like Kaido, he barely evaded Kaido's attack.
I think Katakuri still has a way more developed Future Sight.
That's true.
You know,
yeah, and he was definitely stronger than Luffy.
And I think kind of the ass pulls that were at Whole Cake that made him like lose his focus and lose his concentration with the Merienda lunch and his sister intervening. Those elements wouldn't be there either, so he'd just be 100% focused. Throughout the fight, basically. Those are my that's my list right there. So I hope that's more defensible after giving that argument. But yeah,
I mean, you gave good points, but I'm just surprised that he's this low.
I just have no faith in Kid.
He's not. Well, we'll see if he's on your list, but if he's not even in your honorable mentions.
Yeah, that's true. That's crazy.
Useless Captain Mid.
Yeah, useless mid.
So, my 24 is Sanji, and then my 23 is Zoro. So it's the same ordering of King Sanji Zoro that you had, Akainu Fanboy.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. And then this is going to be controversial. For 22, despite what Kaido said, Doflamingo.
What? No way. Are you?
Wow, he's really high.
I don't see any of these other people beating Doflamingo in a 1v1. Just because of his powers to control people, he has the birdcage. His overheat attack like slices through buildings and everything. He can re-stitch his organs together. Like I don't see Zoro or Sanji. Like Sanji fought against Doflamingo, and completely was ineffectual against him. And even with Sanji's power up, I think he would be he would be on an even playing ground with Doflamingo, and that's why he's like within that range. But
Damn.
yeah, but
I was not expecting that.
Yeah, I think Doflamingo, even though like Kaido straight up said that that Doflamingo was weak, because if you think about it, he survived Law's gamma knife, and he was taken out by Gear 4, but he can also create the string clones and everything. So I think that he has a lot. I think people are underrating him, because on the list that I've seen, he's I don't think he even made some of them, or was toward the bottom, like with Jimemperors.
Yeah, he's not on mine. So
yeah,
Sheesh.
yeah.
And on honorable mentions, no, his power set's really versatile, and he has like conquerors. Like he's very strong.
Yeah, and he has conquerors really and everything. Yeah. But
all right, but okay. For my 24, I have Lucci.
Okay.
My 23 is also Kid, and my 22 is Sanji.
Wow.
So, Lucci,
damn, that's brutal.
I don't know. I just can't see Lucci being that strong. Like, I know he's like a lot stronger after time skip, and but again, I'm just not a Lucci fan. I have no faith. His power's lame. He's turns into a big cat, and he looks goofy. But he's very strong, though. I'll give it to him. But again, I just can't see him beating anyone above him. Even Kid. Kid, I don't like Kid. His power is not strong. He hit Big Mom with a bunch of metal, and she just wiped her shoulders. She was like, "Did that even hurt me?" Just his power's not strong, but he does have a lot going for him. You know, he has conquerors. I don't know. He's done a lot of feats. He's pretty powerful, but I can never have faith in him. He's just not. I don't know how to say it. He's not strong.
Yeah,
he's strong, but he's not.
He's durable.
He's totally durable. Yes.
Yeah, but I mean, he's. I think he's the least impressive out of like the trio of Luffy, Law, and Kid.
Like, does hitting people with metal like do anything at this point? Like, I'm not sure.
But it's a lot of metal.
It is a lot of metal.
True. Well, to be fair, after they did their awakening attacks, this is why I put them above Katakuri. Big Mom said I hadn't felt that much pain in a long time.
That was from Law. But
that's only from Law.
Sanji. For Sanji, I mean, Sanji's insanely strong at this point. He's extremely durable. He has a lot more power behind him now. Like, honestly, he could be higher, but at this point, I'm putting him here.
Okay. All right. My next one. All right, this might be. All right. Sabo.
Okay.
Lucci. And Marco.
Okay. I don't have any problems with these.
Yeah, same.
So yeah, basically, I see Sabo. Okay, I hate the Revolutionaries of the Passion, but I still kind of see them as a degree or two off from a Yonko crew in terms of at least their main guy and their right hand, basically, you know, and then the rest of the crew, kind of like Kid's crew, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And Sabo, you know, he did get the Mera no Mi. He has good hockey, and he's, you know, a brother to Luffy, and taking on Ace's will too. And I think those are some good things there too. So, and I think he will get pretty strong. And I do think Lucci's going to be his opponent because I think Oda's really throughout the movies and even the series itself, they were always like kind of side by side to each other.
Yeah, he's paired them together a lot.
Yeah, and Lucci, yeah, it goes kind of without saying. Like, I think especially he kind of got more indirect hype after this new masked CP0 agent being so damn powerful. Or I'd say all of them too. You know, they just they off-screen Drake.
Yeah, they literally deleted him.
Poor Drake.
And we don't even know this guy's name, right? So it makes you think like how powerful Lucci is at this point too.
Yeah.
Who we've seen a lot, who Oda really hyped up a lot, I think back in Water 7. With his flashback, the way the Marines spoke about him, and even Kuma like saying like, yeah, Luffy even beat Rob Lucci basically. You know, it was like a huge big deal. I think in some ways it was like more shaking to the Marines than Luffy defeating Crocodile. You know, so I think it's I think over time it seems that Oda really is pumping him up. Like he's really going to be a force to be reckoned with, especially his showcasing in the movies lately. And then Marco, you know, he's a goat. I mean, the Gorosei said he was like one of the few that could potentially take down Blackbeard after Marineford. He did really well against King and Queen. He has a good Devil Fruit. He has tons of years of experience, and I mean, he fought like Roger Pirates when he was a little kid.
Yeah, you forget how old he is. He's like in his mid-40s.
Yeah,
he does not look that old.
He's a seasoned vet, you know.
Yeah.
And I think really the only time we saw him get like severely KO'd was with Kizuru and the Vice Admiral and the Sea Stone Cuffs, you know.
Yeah, and
that was like the only time.
Yeah, he had no access to his abilities.
Yeah, so I'd say I'd say he's one of the strongest, you know, Yonko commanders for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, looking at mine coming up, we have a similar mindset. I have for 21, I have Kid. And then I have Marco, and then I have Lucci. So Marco and Lucci are kind of interchangeable, like they're in the same power tier. But yeah, Marco, I was not a fan of Marco at all during Marineford. Given I have not reread Marineford since it first came out like 10 years ago. But I've been more impressed with Marco in Wano than I was in Marineford. Also, I'd never watched the anime of Marineford. I've only seen clips.
Oh my gosh, you need to do that.
I was an early manga reader. I did not want to wait for the anime.
Okay, old man.
Back in my day.
All right, Jimemperor.
I had to wait for crusty scans to come out.
Oh no.
Yeah, but yeah, Lucci, I think we have a definite power up since the time skip.
Oh yeah. Easily.
Because if he's, I think he would even before Wano, I think he would rival Luffy. I mean, if they're developing at the same rate, because he's like a genius as well.
Yeah, that was the word I was looking for, which described his power.
Yeah,
he's like a prodigy.
Yeah, but yeah, Jimemperor, it's your turn.
Okay. My 21 is Shiryu.
Okay.
My 20 is Yamato. And 19 is Zoro.
You already think he's stronger than Shiryu?
I mean, he has to be if he's going to beat him. So,
that's not how it works.
Listen, after Wano, he's definitely has to be at least a little stronger.
I mean,
so
it is hard to kind of think of how much farther Zoro would have to grow.
Yeah, because Shiryu's kind of an unknown. I mean, we know like his skill set, kinda, and I'm assuming if he's going to be Zoro's opponent in the future, he's at least got to be this high. So I felt comfortable putting him here.
Yeah,
I mean, it just kind of seems to me like the Blackbeard pirates aren't going to be that impressive in terms of like the other crew members. You know, like Sanji versus Vasco Shot or Zoro versus Shiryu. It doesn't really seem super epic. You know.
Well, that's because you're putting
Yeah.
Sanji against Vasco shot to begin with.
Yeah.
I know, you know, but like even Shiryu, he's not. He's cool, but like I think King has a cooler presence. You know.
I mean, to be fair, Shiryu was put in charge of like maintaining order in Impel Down.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
strong. I mean, on that one color page Oda did, he had all the right hands, and Shiryu was there, so he's basically confirmed to be Blackbeard's right hand.
That's true.
Meaning strongest, I'd assume.
Yeah. But then again, we also had Beppo on there.
Howard?
Yeah.
That's it for me. I mean, Yamato's definitely this high. And Zoro over Yamato, it's kind of... I was kind of but I was like, I believe in Zoro. He's my man, so he's over Yamato.
All right. So for mine, 18, I have Lucky Roo.
Okay.
17, I have Ben Beckman.
Okay.
And then 16, I have Kong.
Oh.
Yep.
You told me that Kong was going to be on your list, but I expected him to be lower.
Really high.
So the reason being, I just put that much respect on the Admiral's name, basically. And he was a former fleet admiral, and now he has this weird position where he's just in charge of like the whole world government on like a governmental level. And he looks pretty intimidating. Just the scars and everything too. I'm just gonna say that, you know. And I have a hard time seeing any of the first commanders having the potential, even if they're old, to take down an admiral at this point, even if they used to be a former admiral.
You're putting that little faith in them.
I don't know. It's just, I'm sorry, like King wasn't that impressive, for example. You know. I don't know. I think the Admiral downplay has been so aggressive, but now we're gonna see like two Yonko potentially go down this arc, and now it doesn't really seem as nearly as aggressive. You know, like downplay. You know, like we're potentially gonna see all the Yonko go down before we see one Admiral go down in the story. Just to put that in perspective.
I think your name is showing.
Hey, no, I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying. Like Shanks, Whitebeard, Big Mom, Kaido, they all might be down before we see one admiral go down in the story. So it's just like a narrative speaking, you know, they're gonna be pretty hyped, you know, and we haven't even seen one remotely go all out yet. You know, like anywhere near Awakening, no hockey. You know, it's a crazy thought, especially like the Awakenings with their fruits are gonna be like immense. You know, like. And, I'll get more on that later, but yeah. Anyways, that's that.
Yeah. Oh, my turn.
Yeah, you're.
Okay. 18 is Sengoku. 17 is Garp, because they're pretty similar in power level, I think. And I'm also factoring in that they're older. In their position, like prime Garp and Sengoku would be like,
they'd be way up.
Yeah.
And then I have Sabo. I have Sabo up that high because he's like, he's being matched with. I'm kind of like seeing like what the next generation would be like. Like he's the next. He would be the next leader of the revolutionaries, and based on how I scaled Dragon, I would expect Sabo to be at least this strong.
That's fair.
Yeah. I forget, does Sabo have Conquerors or no?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Not confirmed yet.
Yeah.
He doesn't deserve it.
Yeah. But I originally had Garp and Sengoku up higher, but I think just looking at like where they are right now, because I was basing mainly Sengoku off of Marineford, but since he's gotten older, I think he's kind of lost a bit of his strength.
His hair just turned gray in 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so for my 18, I have Katakuri.
Okay.
17, I have Marco.
Okay.
And for 16, I have Kizuru.
Oh my gosh.
First Admiral on the
my
list.
God. I was gonna give you respect for like putting Katakuri over Zoro because you're less of a Zoro fanboy. And then I see that. That's disgusting. That's disgusting.
I mean,
You think Fuji's stronger than Kizaru? Are you kidding me?
I do.
Oh my gosh.
So listen, okay. So Katakuri, I mean, very strong. He has advanced observation hockey, see the future. His devil fruit is really good. Thought it was at Logi at first, but it's not.
Oda
He
had a
just
wreck
uses
on
like
it.
one. Yeah, literally had a wreck on it. He's insanely strong. I mean, he honestly should have beat Luffy. He kind of just like gave up. He was like, "You're making me doubt what I'm here for," and then he kind of just fell. Like I don't even know if I can count that as a win for Luffy. So he's definitely still way up there. Marco, he literally dealt with Queen and King like at the same time by himself.
Mhm.
That was
Yeah.
kind of insane. So that just shows how strong he is. His devil fruit's really good.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Wait, did you have something to say?
Yeah, I was gonna say I think that he would have done better if he wasn't he holding off the Ice Oni off of?
Yeah, he was healing everybody at the same time as he was fighting both of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just super impressive. And then the controversial placing here, Kizuru. Okay, so listen, I get it. He's an admiral and all, but it's another one of those I just can't see him beating anybody above him right now. He's just, I know he's strong and he's got, the whole light speed thing, but like, does it matter when everybody has hockey now? I'm not sure.
Well, if you're the speed of light, it's hard to usually hit people. when
But
they're the
speed of light in One Piece is like different. Like Sanji could probably move faster than the speed of light at this point.
Well, I think that will be his final opponent at the end. But I think the other aspect too, he's only gotten one scratch on him. That's the only wound he's gotten in the entire series, and that was him fighting Rayleigh.
Mhm.
He's
Sure.
never like been hurt, and he can shoot like nukes out of his legs too.
Yeah,
Like,
but
it just sorry, go.
I was gonna say about the light speed thing. At the beginning of the time skip, Luffy dodged
Yeah,
a similar
like,
beam, so
mhm.
and he called it
But
slow.
Observation hockey, like
Pacifistas are different. Come on, compared to compared to the actual devil fruit itself, coming from a strong wielder. But I don't know. Also, I think kind of filmed Z too. Showed Kizaru in a pretty good light also. With his fight with Z. But
Yeah. I mean,
I know. Anyways, we could discuss that later.
yeah, I did ask you about movie characters or like semi-canon characters because I had potentially on my list Shiki, but and or Zephyr. So
Yeah.
I don't really watch movies, so that might be my lack of knowledge showing. But
yeah,
makes the list more fun.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, very fun. Okay, my 15 is Sengoku.
okay.
My 14's Rayleigh,
Okay.
and my 13 is Garb.
Wow, you just grouped them.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to differentiate between a lot of them. Sengoku kind of goes without saying.
Mm-hmm.
Rayleigh, yeah, just right hand of the Pirate King makes him pretty powerful. He clashed with Kizaru. And then Garp, that's kind of the thing with Garp. It's like, I think he was like the strongest Marine at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of hard with age to be like how far. It's like you're the peak of the verse, So how far does your strength fall when you're the peak of the verse, kind of thing,
Yeah.
because I would have him close to Roger's level of power if I had to guess. I mean, I know they've heavily implied they're at equal levels, and he also like fought off Kaido, Big Mom, Whitebeard, Cheeky,
Rocks.
Rocks. Who were the other ones? I blank on top. Captain John, and there was like 2 or 3 others, but yeah, just an insane amount of different people. And from the sound of it, their crews weren't involved. It was just them taking them all on at once.
I mean, I think their crews were involved, but I think like the big fight between Rocks was with Roger and Garp. That's what I think.
Yeah. So we'll learn more about it as time goes on, but I think it's kind of hard to take like the previous like GOAT of like a different generation and know how much their power has fallen off. It's kind of hard to tell. But so that's why I kind of put them there. It was really difficult to decide where they would be.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think I had Garp and Sengoku like up by your level, maybe even higher. But
okay.
I might have put mine too high.
Oh yeah, because they're not on your list yet. Okay, am I good to go?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I got 15, 14, 13. Okay, I got Law. I got Yamato.
Okay.
And I got Katakuri.
Wow, he's way up there.
Damn, that's crazy.
Because I mean, we discussed how strong Katakuri was before, and I think he would. I think Katakuri and Yamato are kind of on the same level. Like if you put them up against each other. And Yamato's just really strong because she was fighting off Kaido 1-on-1. And I mean, Law has probably like the most. His fruit is literally OP.
His fruit's God mode. It's not fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think with Law being lower than those two, I think because I think he works better as a teammate if he's fighting multiple people. Like if he's up against someone with stronger hockey than him, he can't do as much. And didn't he have like lower stamina? Like the uses of his rooms decreases his stamina a lot.
Yeah.
So
yeah. He has stamina issues.
Yeah, but I mean he's way above Kid, so.
No,
without question.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
He would destroy his fruit like easily.
Yeah.
Okay, so for my 15, I have Law.
Okay.
As well. For my 14, I have Fuji. And for my 13, I have Ben Beckman.
You have Law over an Admiral.
Listen, okay, same thing we said. Law's fruit is really strong, and he awakened it. Okay, he did clear damage to Big Mom, who's like known to be undamageable at this point.
It's true.
Yeah.
I mean, good hockey. Law's really strong. I mean, way stronger than Kid. That's a fact. He's literally fighting. It's 2-on-1, but he's fighting one of the strongest Yonko right now. So I hold him in a pretty high regard. Fujitora, another really strong double fruit. He's an admiral, so obviously he's got to be at least that strong. But he's blind. He can't see. So this is why he's so... No, I'm kidding.
He doesn't need to see.
He doesn't want to see shit.
Yeah.
But no, again, it's another thing. I just can't see him beating anyone above. And then Ben Beckman, we literally haven't really seen anything from him. But I mean, I think I hold Shanks really high, and I think if you're Shanks' right hand, then I mean, you've got to be this strong at least. He literally held up. He literally put his gun to Kizuru, and Kizuru put his hands up, and I think that just shows how strong he is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for the record, Kizuru then proceeded to attack the submarine right after.
Okay, well, Again.
I'm just saying, people retcon that scene, you know. But anyways, sorry, I'll shut up.
Yeah.
Because
No, you're good.
I'm gonna give my Kizaru piece later. And
Okay. I just think he's neat.
Mhm.
yeah, no, but Beckman's cool. I mean, he has like
Yeah.
a super high portrayal. It's not
Yeah.
even close.
That's what I'm saying.
My turn.
Yep.
Okay, Luffy.
Okay. First appearance of Loofers.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
oof.
Green Bull and Fujitora.
Okay.
So, okay, to be fair, after his fight with Kaido, if he were to fight an admiral, during that fight with an admiral, he would become stronger and overcome them. But since he's not in that fight right now, he's still technically weaker than one. If that makes sense, you know. So that's kind of how I look at it.
Yeah.
We haven't seen anything from Green Bull, obviously, and Fuji, but like Fuji still has a broken ass fruit at the end of the day. You know,
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
it's disgusting. You know, and we haven't even seen that thing awakened yet. And also, like when you're first, it's either explicitly or heavily implied that he just got the fruit too, 'cause he was a little clumsy with it in Dressrosa. So, seeing that fruit awakened is deadly, to say the least, at this point.
Yeah.
I mean,
Awakening. I was gonna say awakenings are weird though, because like, how has Big Mom lived so long with her fruit and she still hasn't awakened it from what we've seen?
True.
Maybe she has with the little soul thing with Whole Cake, you know, just like it's like a borderline like a god at this point, you know, with just like gradient. Yeah, it's kind of hard, and I feel like Oda's gonna have to like write that in the Beaver cards, like and I mean, who knows? Maybe she's still saving it, you know, for her fight at this point. But yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at. Luffy's powerful, but is about to defeat Kaido, but let's be real, the amount of people, the assists from the Scabbards, the other, you know, Yamato, the other Supernova, and then Luffy did get KO'd once, you know. Like, and that needs to be emphasized over and over again with this fight. He got to get re-healed to 100, you know.
Yeah.
So
They're nowhere near even.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Katakuri Luffy fight too. There's gonna be a lot of asterisks with this Kaido fight as time goes on.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he might be the one to finish him off, but it took like everyone, like
Yeah.
a lot of strong people to take him down.
Kaido hasn't got a break for like hours.
No, it's been nonstop.
Yeah.
It nonstop. All right.
Okay.
So that's it for me. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so my 12, I have Fujitora. 11, I have. Let me bring it back up. I have Rayleigh.
Okay.
And then 10, I have Luffy. And
wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm placing Luffy over Rayleigh, because I mean we don't know if Rayleigh can do the advanced conquerors thing. I think Luffy right now is kind of like where Rayleigh was when he was training him. Because he can do like in the last chapter he did the whole palm thing that Rayleigh did to block the elephant. He did that with Kaido's attack. Yeah. And I will say I don't have. Originally, I had Green Bull, Beckman, Yasop, and Rue on my list. But since we haven't really seen much from them, I didn't have them on there. But I mean, I think they would be at the number 10 to 13 slots on mine. So just move everyone down 4 and place those in if we've seen them. So yeah, I think.
But so, sorry, go.
Yeah, because I think that, or they would be slotted in here somewhere around this level, because I think Luffy would probably be about the same level as Beckman and everyone.
It's gonna be really hard with Yasop because Usopp's kind of been described as from Oda like probably always gonna be the weakest member on the crew.
Mm-hmm.
But his dad seems to be like one of the stronger members of the Red Hair Pirates. You know,
Yeah.
just portrayal too. So it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
That parallel. You know.
And I'm specifically putting those three because they were specifically mentioned by name when when the Marines were talking about Shanks's crew strength.
Yeah.
Although he didn't mention the best member of Shanks's crew, Bonk Punch. Best name.
No, dude,
in the
Rockstar's
series.
better. What are you talking about,
dude?
Rockstar.
Bonk Punch was there when he rolled up on Marineford. Rockstar was nowhere to be seen.
Rockstar took off Kid's arm, dude. What are you talking about?
I mean, I could see that.
You think Kid actually? Yeah, all right, you can jump.
Okay, so 12 I have Sengoku.
Okay.
11 Rayleigh. And 10 I have Aokiji.
Oh my
Okay.
god! Wow, that's a little.
So yeah, it is.
I mean, he's in the top 10.
Yeah.
It's still.
As far as the old men go, like these are supposed to be like some of the strongest of the last era. So I mean, it's one of those things, like you said. I don't know how much weaker they really are at this point. I assume not that much weaker. Like Sengoku's fighting in Marineford, Rayleigh is 1v1 in Kizuru. Like I'm pretty sure they're still very strong. Okay, but yeah, back to that. Aokiji, he definitely put up a good fight against Akainu, which means you're insanely strong. And his fruit is really good as well. But I know, you probably think he's really low. Again, I just can't see him beating anybody above him.
No, that's fair.
And Luffy's not even on your list yet.
Luffy's really strong. I'm surprised how low you guys put him.
Okay.
He is very strong, but I think the caveat is that he's strong versus Kaido, who has been worn down from everyone else.
Yeah.
But
I just think he's leveled up a lot this arc.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it is scary to think like how powerful the rest of the admirals in Blackbeard are going to be, though.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like to compete with them. You know, so it makes you think like how much they haven't even shown yet. Yeah, you guys are gonna flip out with this one. Okay, 9, Mihawk.
Eesh.
Okay.
8, Dragon.
Ooh.
And 7, Kizaru.
You think Kizaru beats Mihawk?
I think Kizaru beats Dragon?
So, okay, Mihawk, I really go back and forth with him. I don't... Okay, like, yeah, he has world's strongest swordsman, and we've seen him do, like, heavy damage, you know, in terms of attacks, but we haven't seen him take down a top tier, you know?
Okay.
And we haven't really seen him clash extensively with the top tier either. So that's kind of part of it. It's like, okay, how strong is like a world's strongest swordsman kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
In terms of like strongest feats, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Dragon, it kind of goes without saying. His crew's trash. Worse than trash. Okay,
Agree.
Worse than trash. They're shit, you know? So, like, I don't think he's anywhere near Yonko level at this point because, let's be real, if your crew's that shit, then why do you think, like, the top guy is going to be that much stronger, you know? I guess, like, with the exception of Law, you know? But, like, morally, okay, Karasu the Crow, okay, their only feat was taking out Pinkbeard, and then they got destroyed by the Admirals of Reverie.
You can't forget Lindbergh.
Oh, Lindbergh, yeah, no. And then Sabo that's his right hand, but he's not even that, like, insanely impressive. We haven't even seen Sabo injure an Admiral yet, you know?
Well,
so,
he fought on par with Fujitora.
Yeah, he did.
But at the same time, like, Fuji's weird, though, because he was kind of on their side. like the revolutionaries and Luffy during that fight. You know,
I don't
like,
think at that
and-
point he was.
well, he wanted Luffy to win at that point. Like, he was purposely not doing anything, you know, and he was kind of playing around too throughout that fight. I'd have to think of the panel, but he hasn't, like, for example, we've seen Jozu injure an admiral, we've seen Rayleigh injure an admiral, you know, but we've never seen Sabo do it yet, you know.
Okay.
And there's also the caveats of, like, Fuji just got his fruit too, you know, and he's not the most vicious fighter in the world either, you know. Now, reason I put Kizuru, this is more just feats. I'm just talking about, like, with Dragon and Mihawk and all that, and I think Dragon might just be the world's most dangerous man just because of what he knows and his objective, you know. I don't really think it's power as much, to be honest. Kizuru literally didn't get hurt once during the entirety of Marineford War. Out of all those top tiers, he didn't take 1 damage. It's severe, and he was kind of playing around with Whitebeard multiple times throughout the war, clashing with Marco, ignored Beckman after that, and just kind of went after the submarine. We haven't remotely at all in any way, shape, or form seen him go all out. And the only time we've seen him injured was with a pre-time skip Rayleigh, the literal right hand of the Pirate King. And that was just a little cut. And they were, like, clashing just about evenly, too, you know. So I would have Rayleigh higher on the list, I think, but this is after the time skip, you know. And I also put the OG admirals above, like, the new admirals, too, just because they've just been in the game so long, basically. And as we saw with the Arlong flashback, he's been in this Marines, like, his whole life. He's seen combat his entire life.
Yeah.
That and his fruit's disgusting. Let's be real, you know.
Yeah, it's really powerful. But I mean, maybe we have seen Kizuru go all out, but just because he's so lazy, it's not
Yeah, I don't like his attitude.
So he's lower.
He's lower. At the same time, like, we haven't seen him use. I mean, I know hockey wasn't really explicitly introduced. We haven't seen him use any form of hockey at all.
We have seen the admirals use hockey when they did, like, the shield.
Yeah, when they put their hands up and they're like,
yeah, no.
But in terms of their, like, fighting styles, they have, like, incorporated it. Like, what if some of these admirals have, like, Future Sight or, like, Rio? You know, we don't, like, really have an idea of how Oda's going to incorporate hockey with them as time goes on.
Maybe that's why Kizaru's so laid back, because he has Future Sight and he can just see what's coming. And he doesn't have to worry.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, imagine Future Sight with that power, you know?
Yeah.
You're, like, borderline invincible at that point.
True.
So that's kind of where I put him, you know? And I think Oda likes him a lot, too, as a character, also, you know? But, yeah, that's it for me.
Okay. Let me check mine. Mine's kind of similar. I have Kizaru. And then I have Mihawk.
Okay.
And then I have Aokiji. Because yeah, I think that I think if Mihawk got a hold of Kizaru fighting against him, like, seriously, I think he could beat him. But I'm not sure about Aokiji, because Aokiji is just really powerful, just freezing people. Like, like, we don't even know if he awakened his fruit and he froze, like, all of Marineford to have, like, a whole battlefield on. But and he fought with Akainu for, what was it, 10 days?
Yeah. And I was thinking about that feat also with when Doflamingo was about to kill Smoker, and Doflamingo's super fast, and he just instantly froze him like that.
Yeah, he just destroyed him.
You know, that's crazy. That's a crazy feat right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. His devil fruit is also just insanely strong in the world of One Piece. There's too much water.
Yeah. But yeah, Kizaru, I agree with you that all the original admirals are stronger than the newer ones, although we haven't seen Green Bulls yet. But I think Kizaru's the weakest out of all of them.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't have that much to say. Yeah.
Okay. My 9 is Garp.
Okay.
My 8 is Mihawk.
Yeah.
And my 7 is Akainu.
The appearance of...
I'm so sorry. Okay, listen.
It's okay.
Okay, for Garp, I mean, as you said, literally, they kind of hinted his power was like even to the Pirate King at that when they were fighting the Rocks Pirates.
Mhm.
If you're like the hero of the Navy, I mean, he's clearly the strongest in the Navy back then. So, again, I don't know how far his power fell, and I just think he's still insanely strong if he went all out, which we really haven't seen.
Yeah, true. I mean, the other thing with Garp is that I don't know if it was just because he was angry, but when he told Sengoku to hold him down after Akainu killed Ace, like he said like that if Sengoku didn't let him go, he was gonna kill Akainu. So
yeah, he was gonna try to at least.
Yeah,
but and then for Mihawk, it's more of like we haven't seen him do any crazy feats really, but it's more like if you're the strongest swordsman and you're gonna be one of Zoro's last opponents, I mean, I just feel he's definitely this strong. I don't think he's really taken anything seriously up till now.
Yeah.
I think he's about to now that the Navy's pursuing him again.
And he didn't get injured in Marineford at all.
Yeah, he's...
Yeah.
And then for...
that's why he's over Kizaru in 9.
And then Akainu, I mean, I guess I'm sleeping on the admirals, but I don't know. Again, he's insanely strong. He's probably the strongest in the Marines, but maybe I just put the Marines too low in my mind. I just put Yonko way higher. Well, not way higher, but just higher. I don't think they're as strong as Yonko anymore. So, yeah, that's my 7. I apologize, but...
Yep, nothing to apologize for.
It's in the top 10.
Yeah, he made top 10.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, 6. I have Blackbeard.
Not even in the top 5.
Wow.
No. 5. I have Big Mom.
Wow.
4. I have Aokiji.
Wow. He is up there.
Yep.
You're capping. No way.
So, yeah. Okay. So, Blackbeard. Okay. 1. He's an idiot. I think Oda's really like emphasized that he's not a smart fighter, and he makes a lot of mistakes. Like Magellan, for example. He almost got killed by Whitebeard too.
And
who
Ace.
was like,
Yeah.
Like Whitebeard was like 0.00.3% health at that point, and he still almost killed him.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
like he's kind of a moron. He does have good devil fruits, and he probably has some hockey, but I still need to see it. You know.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a prodigy. I just think he's a cheater. You know, at the end of the day. And I'm not saying he's not going to be in like top 2 or 3 by the end of the series. I'm just saying he hasn't made that push yet. Blackbeard still hasn't taken down a top tier, you know.
Yeah.
Big Mom, she's incredibly powerful. But you can like call this gags or whatever, but I think it's more than that because I think Oda's made a point to show it does have an effect on her. Is her hunger issues and kind of just her weird personality quirks where if she sees something that resembles anything of her past, she just completely shuts down. Now, this is like contrasted with Kaido, where if he's super drunk, that's his gag, he just gets stronger. But with her, you know, like...
Yeah.
Right, with her, when she has those hunger issues, I think it's like GG if she's going up against a top tier.
Yeah.
Now, Aokiji can fight another top tier for 10 days. Do you think Big Mom's going 10 days without food? Just to like be straight up with it, you know?
It's true.
I mean, but would she finish him off before 10 days? Is my question.
I'd say no, because I think Aokiji's stronger than Kid and Law put together, for example. You know?
Mm-hmm.
That and his fruit is so versatile, you know? Where he can just like flee and run away and hide and just do that. Like he can just like starve her out, like long term when you think about it, you know.
Yeah.
We haven't seen him remotely what's the word, go all out either. You know, he just got like one little thing of blood from Jozu, and that was like he wasn't paying attention when Jozu hit him. And that's it. You know, he's done like insane feats. He's frozen tsunamis. He's fought a lot of top tiers too. And now he's on Blackbeard's crew. Like he has a lot going for him in his arsenal, and just the Doflamingo feat too. The guy didn't even move, and he froze one of the fastest characters in the series.
Yeah,
he stopped them. You know, he's insanely powerful. And Oda, like I said, I think he takes a lot of care and respect for his character too. And I think since he's like very developed as a character, he's gonna have a lot of influence at the end of the series too, which I kind of think builds in more to his power level as well. But yeah, I know it's controversial, but yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at this point.
I mean, you have good points, but I also agree with you. Like, yeah, Big Mom might be able to beat him before 10 days.
Yeah.
Okay, but do you think she could go a day without food though? Maybe is that better?
I mean, how long is Aokiji lasting though? Like, they didn't have to fight a whole day.
Like I said, he's strong, man.
He totally is.
But again, was that 10 days all just pure fighting, or was there like, okay, we're gonna call it for a little bit, rest up, and then go back at it? Or
we don't know, but they are long term. They're both long term fighters, though. You can say that much, you know. Like they literally. Oh yeah, this is another. They literally changed the climate of an island. Like that's how powerful they are.
That could have been Awakening too.
Yeah, like that's insane when you're changing the climate of an island. That's I'm sorry, that's Yonko like power, as far as I'm concerned.
But have they split the sky though?
Have they split the sky though?
They definitely have conquerors. Let's be real. Those two, they have to have conquerors.
Well,
like if Sengoku has it, you know.
Yeah, I think you've talked me around to Akainu having conquerors, but yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, you go. I talked to enough on that.
Okay. My number 6 is Akainu.
Let's go.
I think my 7, 6, and 5 are like equal in power. And my number 5 is Dragon.
Okay.
And I think Dragon just edges out Akainu just because of the whole title, like the most dangerous person.
Yeah.
Or I heard that was a mistranslation or something. I don't know. Whatever.
He's the most wanted man in the world.
Yeah, he's powerful.
Yeah.
And I think he's his bounty might be really high because he's so powerful, and I think he might be carrying the rest of the revolutionaries for them to be considered such a threat.
That's not carrying. That's like child support, funding college, paying retirement, paying funeral fees. That's a little different than carrying at that point. But yeah, continue.
But yeah, but if we had seen more of them, I would put the Gorosei at 5. If we have seen more than them, I think they're that strong. Or they could be just exponentially weak. They could just be figureheads.
Yeah.
But we haven't seen anything from them, so they might be in the 5th place. And then number 4, I have Blackbeard.
Okay.
And he's carried just because of his fruits. Because he put like all his stats into like attack and luck and 0 in defense.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, he's pretty smart too. The plans he comes up with are very clever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just a stupid fighter. I think he's smart long term. He's just a dumb fighter, though.
Yeah. But I think like all my top 3 could beat him one-on-one because of his bad defense. Because he doesn't use his fruit that smart, like like literally, like Whitebeard almost killed him, like you said earlier.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it for me.
Okay. So my 6 is Luffy. My 5 is Blackbeard. And 4 is Big Mom. So I put Luffy way higher than you guys, but I just think at this point he has advanced Conqueror's Haki. He has advanced armament, advanced observation. He's got it all. He's insanely strong. He can see the future. He can damage anyone at this point, I'm assuming. I mean, he's insanely fast. Gear 4th is insanely strong, and he's not even used it against Kaido yet, which is weird.
That's true.
At least in this last fight. So I just think at this point, I think this is a perfect spot for him. He's, they call him the 5th Emperor, and I think he actually deserves it at this point. But I still don't think he's actually at that level yet. He's not as strong as the other Emperors at this point. But for 5, Blackbeard, I mean, as you said, he's not that great a fighter, but he has 2 of the strongest devil fruits in the universe. You could say he has the strongest Logia and the strongest Paramecia.
Yeah.
And then for Big Mom, I mean, it's Big Mom. She's one of the most powerful characters in the series. She can't really be damaged unless, she sees a picture of her past. Or Law uses Awakening on her. He didn't do anything, but the point is, Big Mom is insanely strong. She clashes with Kaido, no problem. Like, she's totally up here. She's deserves that spot, in my opinion.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. My 3 is Shanks.
Okay.
My two is Akainu.
Thank God.
Oh.
And then my number 1 is Kaido.
So you think Akainu's stronger than Shanks?
So
yeah, that's.
I think they're a little interchangeable. So here's how I'm gonna put it. Obviously, I think showing feats has kind of been a theme on my list, and also in the series stuff too. So okay, from Shanks, we saw his arm get taken off by Sea King, and aside from that. Oh, and he was a sparring partner with Mihawk. And he stopped the war. I have more on that later. But aside from that, we've seen nothing. It's just been hype from other people. Now, and I also see him getting killed from Blackbeard soon, too, in the relative. So, no, I'd say in the relative near future, I don't think he's going to be in the series anymore. And I think he's definitely going to be gone before Akainu is going to be gone, for example.
I guess. I mean,
maybe.
This is where the Akainu agenda comes in. So, okay, here we go. 1, he's incredibly smart with like manipulating Whitebeard's men to stab him. Okay, he's cunning. 2, Oda said if he was the main character, he would find the One Piece in 1 year. 3, his devil fruits, insanely broken, insanely powerful. 4, I'm going to say he largely killed Whitebeard at Marineford. He did probably about 80% of the damage. Maybe 70, around there. Just looking back at that whole fight. And they were like equally clashing when their powers were going at it. And for him to kind of more or less be equal, one of the strongest fruits in the world, is very impressive. And so basically, he's the only one that's defeated like 2 top tiers. Aokiji, and Whitebeard.
Yeah.
Like,
True.
like that's in terms of a resume, that's pretty good. He also killed Ace, too. So I
Mhm.
wouldn't
Ace is
say Ace.
fodder.
Okay, mid tier. Okay,
Oh.
and a Whitebeard. Okay, a Whitebeard commander, and after he got like annihilated by Whitebeard, he got back up, and he soloed his whole crew and Crocodile at once by himself, and he didn't get KO'd after taking that much damage. And Marco was a part of that crew too, and we've seen how powerful Marco is.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like that is a Yonko level feat. Like let's be real, if you're soloing a Yonko's crew by yourself after taking a lot of damage from a Yonko, you're Yonko level at that point. And he's the only character in the verse that's physically scarred Luffy.
True.
Mm-hmm.
You know, on a narrative standpoint, that's really powerful. I don't think Sabo's gonna fight Akainu at the end of the series, and
There's no way he would win.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they even said like, "Oh, magma's hotter than fire."
Yeah.
Like when he fought with, I think Lucci's gonna be his opponent. I think that's more fitting, and I think Luffy's gonna end up fighting Akainu at the end, and I think that fight's gonna happen after Blackbeard as well too.
You think
Because,
Akainu's final boss?
yeah, either that or Emu or whatever, because what was it? Whitebeard said like once they find One Piece, a big war is going to erupt in the world. So
Mhm.
basically, the world government's going to go to war with them afterwards. And kind of like what we're saying, they're probably going to fight the Blackbeard pirates, like Zoro fighting Fujitora or Sanji fighting Kizuru is a lot cooler than them fighting Vasco, Shot, and Shiryu for like their final opponents. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Blackbeard and his crew would be good opponents, like at the discovery of the One Piece, and then afterwards it would be the world government.
Yeah,
Sure.
so just narratively speaking, that's kind of where I'm at, and I think Akainu probably got even stronger after the time skip too, especially after his fight with the Aokiji. Like, there's kind of this thing wherever you fight, like you get even stronger.
Yeah.
So defeating another admiral too, that's impressive. So that's kind of where I'm at with ranking him there, and then Kaido. I put number one. I've kind of done this for years now. He's the strongest. One-on-one bet on Kaido, and that's it.
Yeah. Literally.
Yeah.
And I think his feats have just been so insane. And I'm not saying he's going to be the strongest forever in the series, but I think right now he is the strongest right now.
I mean, just the amount of damage he's taken and doled out.
Mm-hmm. And we haven't even seen him go all out yet,
Yeah.
And yeah, so and also like one more thing, Aka, we haven't, like I said, we haven't seen Oda incorporate hockey with the Marines fighting style yet, and they were also just insanely powerful before that too. So, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, but that's kind of how my list pans out, and like I said, everybody in like the top 4 or 5 could it's gonna be extreme high def, with
Yeah.
fighting.
Mhm.
Yeah.
My turn.
Yeah, go. Yeah.
Oops. Okay. My number 3 is Big Mom.
Okay.
My number. I was gonna do a meme, but I'm not going to. Is Shanks.
Okay.
And number 1 is Kaido. But
Okay.
I will say, like I did with some of the other ones, I still think Rox is alive somehow, so I would put him at number 2, and then I would put Emu at 1.
Gotcha.
And then everything would be shifted down. But since we haven't seen them, this is where we're at now. But yeah, I still think Rox is going to factor into the story somehow. But
okay.
And then Emu, I think, is going to be the big final villain. But
Yeah.
as of right now, yeah, Big Mom, she's a big woman.
Yeah.
She's She's just really strong. I think she's only slightly less durable than Kaido.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. But with that, I think we've talked about her. Like, she's just really, really strong. And then Shanks, I think you mentioned the hype before, Akainu Fanboy, and I think Oda's putting that there on purpose because he is so strong.
He has to be.
Yeah, like the whole thing. I think Shanks and Kaido are comparable in terms of strength because Shanks clashed with Kaido, and Shanks was unharmed. So, but we really don't know. That's the whole thing. When Oda put that in the story, it's like, okay, these two are at this level, but they didn't injure each other. So there's the whole theory going around that they didn't actually fight. That Shanks somehow gave something to Kaido to get him to go away or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Shanks. I think Shanks would beat. I still think he would beat Blackbeard. The only way that Blackbeard would defeat Shanks is through some underhanded, like when Kaido beat Odin type thing.
He's gonna cheat for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that's what Blackbeard is. He's a dirty cheater.
He did it the smart way.
Yeah. And then Kaido's literally a beast.
Yeah.
He's
literally called the strongest.
Yeah.
You know,
strongest creature.
Like individually, he's the strongest.
Yeah, and and I think with Shanks is just hard. Yeah, like I said, just kind of we haven't seen much from him. I guess like that's kind of the whole he has tons of hype. Don't get me wrong. It's just I'm still waiting. I guess But anyways,
we're getting the movie eventually this year. So
eventually,
yeah, whenever it comes over to the States.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
But so my number 3 is Dragon.
Okay.
My number 2 is Kaido. And my number 1 is Shanks.
Okay.
All right, so listen, right? I put Dragon way up here. There's no way you're the most wanted man in the world and you haven't gotten caught yet without being that strong. Every time we've seen him, there's been it's been windy wherever he is. I'm assuming he has some type of wind logia is my guess, which would be really powerful. But as I said, it's more just who he is in the story. I feel he has to be up here. If you're the strongest in the revolutionaries and you're any threat to the government, you've got to be pretty powerful.
Yeah.
Kaido's Kaido. It's a given. Strongest creature. He's done some insane feats, like you guys said. But back to the main topic here. Shanks, number 1. Listen, I like Shanks. He held back Kaido. We don't know what happened, but in my headcanon, he didn't beat him, but he just showed him that it was going to be a long fight, and Kaido, went back home or whatever. So with all this hype, I just think Shanks has to be the strongest pirate at this point. I don't know. I'm completely biased, but this is, in my humble opinion, Shanks is strongest.
Okay.
I mean, I think well, at least with my top 5, a lot of them are interchangeable. They're very close to each other.
Yeah, I think the top 5 would all put up a good fight against each other.
Yeah, and one more thing on Dragon. One reason I had him ranked low, him and his organization haven't got a 1W. It's just kind of been a persistent L train, with because everybody thought of Reverie he was gonna do some big thing. But then that wasn't the case. It looked like he was freaking out about what he heard about what happened to Sabo. So
why are you
it's
sweating,
just
dragon?
yeah, it's like I thought you're supposed to be this cool, brilliant guy, and you're sweating, over your trash can crewmates getting captured, and it's just like, yeah, I think there's that, and one more thing from my list too, like one more thing with Akainu. He made a Blackbeard run away with his whole crew just by himself, and Blackbeard had the Girigiri no Mi, and he still ran at that point. Which I think that's like pretty impressive too. They're just like, okay, yeah, we don't want to deal with this. We're out. And I think there's few characters that could do that to Blackbeard. Yeah, Blackbeard had his whole crew too, with like 2 of the strongest devil fruits in the series, and he dipped. So yeah,
well, he already accomplished his objective though, right? He had no reason to be there anymore.
No, they wanted the ship he was coming in on. I guess I don't know what happened to their ship, but
the Sword of Zebek.
Yeah, they were gonna trade jewelry Bonnie for the ship, and they're like, "Oh no, we can't get the ship. Why?" And they said, "Why?" Because Akainu's on it, and then they took off. And yeah, and he's like just different as a character too. Like he's just completely and entirely serious, and he doesn't have a gag, and every character kind of has a gag in the series, basically. So. He's just like, he doesn't feel like he should be a One Piece sometimes, because he's like so serious,
He belongs in like Kingdom or something.
Yeah, or like Hunter x Hunter or something. He's just like super gruesome, And so that's part of the reason too, is like kind of the willpower thing aspect with him. And not just because of Oda, like I said, if Oda be like, if he was the MC, he'd find the One Piece quicker than the current MC. Like, that's kind of
insane.
That's kind of there with the list. I mean, no, it's there's a lot of reasonable disagreement for like the top 5.
Yeah. What's the most outrageous person that we have on our list? I think it's Vasco Shot.
I think it's Crocodile.
I think it's Dragon.
You have Dragon on your list.
Yeah, I know. I was out of my mind. I think Crocodile's more outrageous than a Vasco Shot.
I mean, my argument is he's grown in 2 years, but that's my thing.
Oh, Beppo has grown in 2 years too, but he's not going to be on the top 30, bro.
No.
So the meme picks that I had were Judge.
Yeah, top 5 Judge.
Yeah. Morgan's. Because he beat a Cypher Pole agent, but then I realized that we had Wanze in Cypher Pole. So like that
was one of the lower CPs though.
Yeah.
It was like CP. I forget what CP.
Although I don't think, did they say like which Cypher Pole Morgans took out? Was it CP0? Or CP9 or something?
I think they just referred to him as Cypher Pole.
Yeah. And then I had Beppo, because Beppo, and Pell. Because Pell tanked a nuke.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. Unkillable.
The will of P lives on. Oh, and Pound.
Pound, Pound's still going. or Capone, because he took a punch from Big Mom. He tanked that shit.
Oh my gosh. Don't get me started.
Yeah, my secret number 0 is actually Moria. I have a theory he stole Whitebeard's body. That's where he's going right now. He's going to his grave. And then he's gonna get Kaido's shadow after Luffy beats him, because Luffy doesn't kill people. And then boom, you have the strongest zombie of all time.
I think that's a legitimate theory. That he's gonna steal like a really powerful corpse.
Yeah, I mean he is probably gonna be on Blackbeard's crew. And all that.
Maybe
he asked him to.
Maybe that'll be Chopper's opponent, Moria. Yeah.
Well, don't they have a doctor on there already?
Yeah, it doesn't matter though.
That's true.
They're both trash.
Yeah, you stop that. Don't compare Moria to Chopper.
Yeah, please don't. Yeah, Moria's way better.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think overall, I mean, there's a lot of overlap. I guess I don't put as respect on previous pre-time skip villains as I think you guys do, in some ways. But I'm theoretically open to the possibility that they become really powerful later on and come back into the series, though.
Yeah, I mean, okay, just hypothetically, that's why I didn't put Crocodile above like King or someone, but Queen, I think Crocodile could beat, maybe even pre-time skip.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he has a broken fruit. I mean, I was kind of thinking like Queen could be powerful if he saved his like gas and disease stuff for his actual opponent and not use it on fodder.
Yeah,
Sure.
But he didn't do that, so way better in this movie. But that goes without saying. Smoothie's not in my top 100 as far as I'm like. I would go. I hate that character so much. I would go out of my way to find like, just yeah, Kaku could probably take her out. Let's be real,
CP0 Kaku, yeah. He should be an honorable
Jabra.
mention.
Yeah, shit, yeah. I don't know, maybe we could do a top 50 one day. At this rate,
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, I think overall this is a good stream. You should probably cap it here. I don't want to make it super long, but, yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. It was really a lot of fun. It
was fun. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Yeah, it took some thinking through to make a top 30. It's kind of cool to look at the series in this way sometimes. It actually makes you think really deeply about it. And it's not as clear as other series, too, when it comes to the power scaling. I think Oda likes the ambiguity, though.
I think that's mainly because of hockey, because hockey's just I wouldn't call it a garbage power system, but it's very, very ambiguous.
Yeah. And, whether it's Zoro versus Sanji or Admirals versus the Yonko, like, he just doesn't like giving clear answers on this stuff, or like Shanks versus Mihawk. I'm glad nobody put Mihawk over Shanks because I saw that a couple times.
Oh no.
No shot.
No, that's that whole debate about like, oh, is Shanks considered a swordsman because he uses a sword?
Yeah. It looks like there was no hardcore agendas with that, which is good.
No.
Hey, and I kind of put my agendas low. Look how low I put Sanji for the record. Okay, like,
yeah,
let's be real.
I mean, you and I are big fans of Sanji, but yeah, he's not stronger than Zoro.
Yeah. I think he would, like, for the record, I think he would be if he had the raid suit right now. If he didn't destroy it, I think it was that much of a power up. I think he could have been stronger than Zoro if he had the raid suit.
Sheesh.
That's a long discussion that we're not going to have right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Watch King of Lightning's video. Watch it on it. How it nerfed him. Well, just go check that one out. But anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. Like and subscribe if you made it all the way to the end, and have a good one. All right, I'll see you. Peace.
Bye.
Bye-bye.